Hey, it's Brian Johnson. This is video number 12 of our Optimize and Install WordPress for 2014 Super Site Edition. This is video number 12. We're talking about the Yoast SEO plugin. This is part 2. Now, when you install the Yoast plugin, as you know if you watched part 1, you've got two areas that you can configure the plugin. One is kind of like the admin dashboard. A lot of this stuff you don't need to spend too much time on. I went through how you should configure it, what you should think about. Part 2 is what we're going to get into now, and this is really where the plugin becomes quite helpful. Okay, so here we are. I just went through these settings here, right? Dashboard, titles, meta. This is part 1. Now we're going to talk about when you dig in to an actual post, how to use the plugin. So you can see here, number 1, I'm inside of the post area. This is my post title. This is the permalink. Permalink's very important, and you'll see that with this Yoast plugin. And what I'll draw your attention to is this area right here. In the publish box, now you can drag and drop this. Yours might be below here. Default is always up here. You've got this little kind of stop-go symbol. And right now my ranking is good. If I click check, boom, it drops me down here. Right now you can drag and drop this up. Right now Zamanta is above, and we've got some related content we can pull in, that's fine. It gives me a really good understanding of the analysis of my page, and these are the tabs we're going to go over right now. So really where you're going to spend most of your time is in general and page analysis. Now again, video isn't going to show up unless you've purchased the Video Sitemap plugin available through Yoast. I highly recommend it. We'll go through it in a bit. And I also want to mention that this is the snippet preview, right? And you're not going to see an image like that, which is awesome, to be able to have an image listed in the Google search results. And this is what it'll look like, a typical blue link, the green domain address and page URL, the date it was published, and then a description. You won't have that image unless you use the Video Sitemap. And Google just loves video, and it's just easier to rank video. That's why I'm using this plugin. Okay, we'll talk more about that in the next coming video. But here, this is what I want to draw your attention to. Number 1 is you're going to start out and you're going to build out your post, right? You're going to publish and add the content. And what I would advise you to do is first start off and think about a focus keyword. Mine is building a custom home. And as you go through and you add the content, you're going to want to add your keyword up here in the title. And this is what the title looks like. So here, this is actually the category page. Here is, and it keeps adding that. I don't like why it does that. Let's see. I'm wondering why. I'm asking WP's Socializer to, let's see if it lost too many social buttons for me. There we go. Hopefully that sticks. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue here. So this is the post title, and you're going to want to include the keyword, your focus keyword, in the post title. So I have building a custom home, and my focus keyword is building a custom home. Now, as you go through, you can add a title. This is the most important SEO tag on your entire page. So it's important that you create a title that's well optimized. And if you're wondering what you should do, you can just click this and it says default is what is generated based on the site title template of the post type. And so in other words, if you don't edit this at all, whatever you put here is going to be the title. But what's nice is you can make this more readable for users, and then you can tweak this, the title, a little bit more for the search engines. But you're going to want to kind of keep them similar. So what I could do is I could stuff this with some more keywords, right? Process, tips, costs. And I'm adding all these keywords because I know those keywords are keywords people are actually searching because of this. Let me show you something. So I'm going to write down building a custom home. Actually, I was editing the SEO title and I wanted to be editing this. So I want to show you one of the features that's really powerful. So we're going to add in our focus keyword, right? Which is building a custom. Here we go. Notice we get all kinds of suggestions of keywords that people are searching for. Building a custom home. Well, that's what we want. That's awesome. Laptop, PC, motorcycle. Let's add home and see what happens. Now notice, we get cost, tips, on a budget in California, Houston, bar in Las Vegas, checklist. So what I would do is on a piece of paper, I would write down cost, tips, budget, on a budget, checklist for dummies. And then I could incorporate those additional words like I did here a minute ago in the title or in the meta description. And as you're writing the meta description, it'll tell you how many characters you can use. Now I have less characters because I'm leveraging a video sitemap, so I'm limited to 115 characters. So right now I'm actually a little bit over the limit, but I'm just going to leave well enough alone. And this is how my result will look. So there's the link, there's the video sitemap again, or the image. You won't see that, and so on. And once you're done adding your content, you can see I've added some images, right? I've added some outbound links, and I wouldn't be too worried about adding outbound links. I talk about that in video. It's like 10 or 11. I've got so many videos, I'm getting a little mixed up on the video numbers. But I basically really worked hard to create a great blog post, and you should do the same. And then when you're done, you can come here and you can click page analysis, and it gives you all kinds of information on how to optimize this post, okay? So one of the things is when I started out, I didn't have any outbound links, so this was more like yellow or orange, which is kind of a warning. Now I could include or I could improve the keyword density by taking the focus keyword and incorporating it a few more times in the content, right? So let's just do that now. Let's take that and let's just add this here. Let's just add this down here. Building a custom home is quite a process. Now remember those keywords that I mentioned when we dug into the focus keyword and we got suggestions, and I learned process is something people are searching for. Well, I'm including it here to basically encourage Google to rank me for these types of additional keywords when people are searching for building a custom home. And I'm going to get rid of this, but I'm going to update this again. And now our keyword density should change a little bit because I'm including. So it just it was found twice now. Before it was just once. So I could continue to add it a few more times, but honestly, I think that's good enough. I'm not going to hem and haw and analyze too much. What other things can we do? The images on this page do not have alt tags that contain your keywords. Well, I would like to improve that, so I'm going to go back here. I'm going to select an image, and if you don't know how alt image tags work, this little box here is basically a box to edit the image. So I'm going to come in here, and here we have alternative text, which is alt text. I'm going to update, and I'm going to update once again, and let's see what happens to our score. Now if we come to page analysis, There we go. Images on the page contain alt tags. So my score is improving. I'm getting more green. Green is for go. Yellow is proceed with caution. And orange, you know, we should work to work on this. We should work to improve this, I should say. One of the things I could do is I see saying an H2 tag, and I would agree with that. Let's put our keyword right here. And what I'm doing is basically just kind of improving the search engine optimization of this post. Now I'm going to remove the bolding, and instead of bolding, I'm going to create an H2 tag. Now, I just basically opened up what's called the kitchen sink, and in doing so, I've got more options. I can underline text, and I can mark up the text in the way I want. And now there's the heading 2 that I wanted to tweak here. So now you can see it's paragraph, and I'm going to mark it up to H2. And in order to get this additional drop-down menu, you just click this Show Hide the Kitchen Sink. So this is the bare minimum that you're going to want to use. And if you click this, you get these extra options. Now we're going to update again. And we're going to come down and we're going to take a look at page analysis. And again, now we've just included an H2 tag. Should be somewhere in here. Anyway, that's about it for this section. And again, I wouldn't worry about this too much. I rather personally spend time creating additional content and not spend an hour and a half trying to make this go green. You're going to do much better if you get this to go green, okay? You're going to be fine. Don't spend more time fiddling around. If you just include the general settings, and if you put your focus keyword in the title, if you put the focus keyword in the meta description, and maybe add it into an image in a H2 heading like I did here, you're going to do absolutely fine. Let's look at some of the additional things you can check out. So we know general, we've talked about page analysis. Advanced. I wouldn't really mess around with this at all. I've gone ahead and I've looked at it. There's not a lot that you need to do. When you start screwing around with this, especially if you don't know what you're doing, you're just going to get yourself in trouble. If you want more traffic, then just don't worry about advanced, because none of these settings can really help you with that. Video, again, is for the video sitemap, and we'll talk more about that in the next video and why you'd want to include a video sitemap. And social. Now, you might want to include this, especially the image, because this system will optimize the image for Facebook. So if you link to this on a Facebook page or someone shares it, then the text that's pulled up will be found here from the description. The image that's used will be optimized for Facebook, and you can do the same thing for Google+. So these are some things you might want to go ahead and take care of. And this is really a very strong plugin. It's got a lot of features, and really don't think that just because it's feature rich you need to mess with all of them. This is where the power comes in with this plugin. The general setting, the page analysis, and just getting a good score. If you've got pretty much a good score, you're good to go. Okay, we'll see you soon on the next video.